order of operations. Order of operations. I'm trying to think of what it is. Please don't eat my dear Aunt Sally. Write that down. No, just like this. Please excuse. That makes sense. My, Houston, clean your water. Why isn't it going on? Anybody? My dear Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Only some of these are going to apply to you. You can write these down just for later notes here. The P stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents, and roots. Again, we don't have to worry about these yet. But what we are worrying about today is this. MD stands for multiplication and division. Multiplication and division. And I guess I should write that out. And A is adding and subtracting. Now, what that means here, the order of operations are there because when you're given something like this, let me find it here first. Let me find the part before I. Some of this is different. 10 minus 3 plus 4. 10 minus 3 plus 4. If you were doing that problem, write that problem on your paper. I want you to do this problem and tell me what your answer is. Do this problem and tell me what your answer is. Write down your answer and circle it. Like I said, most of this will not apply, but it's nice to have it down because eventually it will. Everybody have an answer circled? It's not that hard to math, people. Do it. It's subtraction and addition. You know how to do it. It's not a thinking problem. 10 minus 3 plus 4. You got answers? Yes. Aaron, you have?
7.
7. 11. On? 7.
3.
Huh?
3.
3. More?
11.
11. John?
11.
Jake?
11.
Zach?
11.
Now, that is the exact reason here, because if you take 3 plus 4, you get 7, don't you? Isn't 10 minus 7 3? How in the world did you get 11? Olivia?
Because we subtracted first and we're not supposed to because it's at the end of the list.
Why didn't we? Actually, I didn't put this one thing in. You have to also write this in here. Under a multiplication and division, go from left to right. From left to right. Oh, it's not writing very well. From left to right. Now, the exact reason why I wouldn't expect you to get this right because you haven't talked about the order of operations, but because order does matter, and if you don't establish a bunch of rules on how this gets done, you do end up with different answers. For example, you could do 10 minus 3 is 7, and 7 plus 4 is 11, or you could do 3 plus 4 is 7, and 10 minus 7 is 3. You get different answers depending on how you do it. So somebody said, we better establish some rules. Okay, and this is the order that you do problems if you're given the choice. Well, there are no parentheses there yet, so you don't have to worry about that. We don't have any exponents and roots, and we'll get to that later. Before you do any addition and subtraction, you have to do multiplication and division. Well, there's no multiplication and division there. Addition and subtraction, these fall on the same level, because this has both addition and subtraction in it. When you have both of them, you work at it just like you read it. You do have to go from left to right. So for those of you that did 10 minus 3 is 7 and 7 plus 4 is 11, that is the correct way to do the problem. Because if it's on the same level like these are, you do it just the way you read it. So you wouldn't know that here because we didn't talk about that. So, but that is it. Here another example would be this: 16 minus 3 plus 4. Now if you end up with this though, because parentheses are the first thing you do in order of operations, okay, you do have to do this first. If those parentheses weren't there, you would do 16 minus 3 and then add 4 to it. But since the parenthesis is there, you have to do the 3 plus 4 first and get 7, and then 16 minus 7 is 9. I don't think they give you any problems, but if you had this, if you had, I wish I could find a place for this right. If you had 15, wow, 50, how about this? Let's cheat. Well, no, I can't really see this. Let's do this. How's that?
Sure.
That's fine. I don't have any idea where on the board we are, but if you have 15 minus 3 times 5, oops, sorry. If you had 15 minus 3 times 5, what do you suppose the answer is? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Lauren?
0.
It is 0, because order of operations say multiplication, division come before addition, subtraction. You actually have to do this first. 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 minus 15 is 0. Okay, you only do it left to right if it falls on the same level, which would be addition and subtraction, or multiplication and division. Or this one, 6 plus 9 over 3. How about this? 6 plus 9 over 3. When you run across a problem like this, a fraction line is the same as a parenthesis or grouping symbol. If you see that, you have to think about it like this. You have to do this first, because that gets grouped together. 6 plus 9 is 15. And then 15 over 3 would be, 15 divided by 3 is 5. You don't go 3 to the 6 or 3 to the 9. You put those together first, and then you divide. Is that big enough, or should I make it bigger?
Bigger.
12 plus 8 over 12 minus 8. 12 plus 8 over 12 minus 8. What do you think the answer to that would be? 12 plus 8 over 12 minus 8. Who's got the button? Chase?
5.
Well, let's check and see. Like I said, the fraction line is a grouping symbol. So you do 12 plus 8 first, it is 20. And you do 12 minus 8 on the bottom, which is 4. And 20 divided by 4 is in fact 5. How big do you think that is if I shrunk it back down to its normal size? That last one, where did it go? Oh, there's the last one. The one before it?
Oh, this is
There was the problem. That was all crazy, wasn't it? I think you'll probably be able to, well, let's do one more. 24 divided by 6 plus 2. Divided by 6. 24 divided by 6 divided by 2. 24 divided by 6 divided by notice order on this, even though it's division, it does matter because if you were to do this part first, 6 divided by 2 is 3, 24 divided by 3 is 8, you get 8 if you go that way. Or if you do it this way, 24 divided by 6 is 4, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Which one is right and why? Is the answer 2 or is the answer 8? Joseph? 2, because you go from left to right if it falls on the same level. 24 divided by 6 is 4, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Well,